Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to today's Tuesday with Tom Training. And it's not just Tom, you also get David Lemon here. And David is, as you know, the whiz-bang expert of all things technical in the Groove world. So we're going to talk specifically here about GroovePages, GrooveSell. But when you have your questions that are technical related, I'm not the right person to ask. David is the right person to ask. So David is going to be answering your questions as we proceed through today's training. He normally goes in the background and cranks away at answering y'all's questions. And I see people already jumping ahead. They're here. They're used to the format. So first, I just want to know who's here with us today. So go ahead and type in where you're joining us from, and I will read out who's joining us. We already have international members of the Groove family here. I see Marvin from Quezon City, Philippines. I survived the typhoon without a power outage. Congratulations. Here in South Florida, we are apt to some interesting weather changes as well. So it's never fun when you have put the marketing effort forward and you're about to go live and then a storm puts the power out. It really puts a chink in that process. So glad to hear you survived that. Marvin, Barry Kraft. Hey, Barry, how you doing? Good to have you here. Orlando Concepcion, Orlando from San Diego. Very good. That'd be cool if you lived in Orlando, Florida. Orlando, that's be sweet. Orlando from Orlando, but San Diego's nice. I like it out there. Very nice. Elizabeth, all the way from Montana. Welcome, Elizabeth. Good to have you here. Dean from Orlando. See, Dean is here as Facebook user, which is a good cue for me to go into this screen here to share the next thing. So first of all, as you keep putting your name in, go ahead and keep putting your name in and share where you're joining us from. As you can tell, we have users that are here from all over the world. I'll be stating a few more of them before we jump in today's training. Today is going to be awesome. If you were here last week, you hopefully gained a lot of insights from that. I got a lot of positive feedback from last week's training, which was lack of clarity is the root of all failure. And we talked about the 4 questions, the quiver of clarity, to give you certainty on what is yours to do today, now, this week, this month, to get the maximum results for you and your business. If you did miss it, that's okay. We're going to show you here in a little bit how you can not only go back and watch that episode, which I highly recommend if you weren't able to be there live. It was that powerful. But we're going to continue on from that. In this week's training, we're going to talk about money, love, speed. And the subtitle of that is how to fail forward fast to improve your results and life using GrooveFunnels. So a lot of people, myself included, have gone down that path of perfectionism. And, you heard me state several quotes related to that. You don't have to get it right. You just have to get it going. Imperfect action always beats perfect inaction. And a few others that we'll dive into as we get in today's training. But money, love, speed, how to fail forward fast to improve your results. But I jumped in here because you're letting me know where you're joining from in the chat. That's the next one. But then some people like Dean, there's technical things that happen. And 99 out of 100 people, when you do this one step once, we'll know who you are continually as the upcoming weeks and trainings unfold. Dean's the anomaly. But if you are hearing me state where you're from and you hear me say Facebook user, this is a step you need to take. Go to StreamYard.com/Facebook. Click on that blue button one time. It connects your account. It now shows me inside StreamYard who you are. So I'll jump back in to see who we've got here. I see lots of awesome people here. So Dean's here, Facebook user, John Archer. Hey, John, good to see you here. It's been a while. Haven't seen you since JV Zoo in San Diego, now in Minnesota. Very good. Glad to have you here, John. Jay Tarbox, Jeff here from Boston. All right. Welcome from Boston. Brett. Hey guys. Alexander from Wales, United Kingdom. Jeff from Ottawa, Canada. Facebook user from Chicago. If you're the one that put Chicago in there, go ahead and do this step with StreamYard.com/Facebook. Dara from Columbus, Ohio. Hello, Missouri in the house. Hello from Chicago, Bob. So Christine, welcome. Bob, welcome. Rosemary from Colorado Springs. John Archer, massive action. Yes. Facebook user from Toronto, Canada. Another Facebook user. Go ahead and do that step there. Go to StreamYard.com/Facebook so I can see who you are. Greetings from Paraguay. I see you as Facebook user as well. Welcome from Paraguay. is it Paraguay or Paraguay, I guess. And then Facebook user from Toronto, Canada, welcome. Both of you take that step, streamyard.com/Facebook, and we should be good to go. All right. So we have an international crowd here. And for those that are international, you may still know, Dwight from the UK, I see you here. You may still know that today is election day. So Bruce Anderson, StreamYard, done. Awesome. So Bruce, I can see you now. Welcome, Bruce. Dara, need your positivity today instead of the negative of the election. Dara, yes. And that's a good point. We're going to actually touch on that briefly as we kick this off. Kasim from Chicago, good to see you here. Let me go to the next slide. So we are going to talk about money, love, speed, how to fail forward fast. But Dara, we're going to leave that up here for a second because that's an important topic on a continuation of last week, knowing what's yours to do and going through and asking yourself those 4 questions. What do I need to start doing? What do I need to do more of? What do I need to do less of? And what do I need to stop doing? If you haven't watched that training, go do so. Let me pause and show you how to do that. So in essence, if you go to the great search engine of YouTube, go to youtube.com, and if you type in Groove Digital Tom Beal, here's a quick way to do it that is going to serve a purpose later on when we actually jump into GroovePages. You'll see a lot of the trainings. This training here that we're actually doing is live right now, and that's there. If I refreshed it, you'd see that it was live. I had this here before we started live, and you'll see a whole bunch of trainings that have occurred on the weekly basis with myself and David on every Tuesday. But if we scroll down, we see that one that I'm talking about. Lack of clarity is the root of all failure. So this one, and I'm going to refer to this when I build a page here shortly inside GroovePages. So I'm going to click on it. I'm going to pause it because it's going to jump in. And this is a training that is going to, as it says, prepare to finally have the answer to what's the best use of my time now, today, this week, this month. And so I'm going to pause that because when we go into GroovePages and I build a page with this video on it, I'm going to want this code, V equals. I'm going to get after the equals, and I'm going to paste that into GroovePages. So you too can also go to YouTube, type in Groove Digital Tom Beal or Groove Digital Lack of Clarity, and you'll find this video, and you could use this code that's available to everybody to paste that code inside your GrooveFunnels account, inside GroovePages, and you'll now be able to capture this video. Now I'm going to show you this as an example, but think of all the different other videos that I have and other videos that are available that might be powerful assets for you to A, jump into GroovePages and practice your craft experientially, and B, I'm going to share how you can use assets such as this to help build your referrals using your affiliate link that builds your commissions so you can pocket some cash while you learn how to navigate inside GroovePages and while you also are building your own products and services using a combination of GroovePages and GrooveSell. So a little bit of a pause. We're going to come back to this, but at the same time, oh, I don't even know if you can even see this. I don't know if I shared the screen. Hold on. Let me jump back to StreamYard. Nope. So you weren't even seeing what I was looking at. So I'm going to go back and actually state that very quickly. You heard me say it. And now I'm going to actually show all the Chrome tab. Like clarity. Boom. Okay. So here we go. Oh, you did see it. Okay. Or maybe not. Wait, what's going on here? Oh, I need
You can see YouTube now. Previously, it was on your presentation there.
Okay. Yep. Good. Okay, thank you. And sometimes I get confused. Now I see it. My screen wasn't showing me what you're seeing. So now I see it. So what I was talking about was here. So if you go to YouTube and you type in Groove Digital Tom Beal, I was looking at this and forgot that you couldn't see it because I was just showing my slides. But here's all the things that come up if you type in Groove Digital Tom Beal. These are the trainings. And I'm going to show you another asset place where you can go get the trainings, but I'm showing them specifically in YouTube because we're going to use it while we build a GroovePages site. So I went to lack of clarity is the root of all failure. I clicked on that. I'm going to pause it. And then when we go into GroovePages, all we will need is after the equal sign there, that code. So if I copy that code, when we go into GroovePages to build a page using this video, all I need is that code. So I'm going to pause that real quickly, that thought, and we'll circle back to it in a second. And I'm going to go back to this. And now I'm actually going to share a couple things. So we're talking about money, love, speed. But right now, 11/3/20 is election day. Right? So in the US, today is election day. First of all, as an entrepreneur, you have to understand this. There's always going to be something. Think about this, whether it's birthdays of yourself, your significant other, your kids, your family, whether it's anniversaries, whether it's holidays, there's always something. And if you think about it, think about how many times you had stuff to do and you're like, crap, we got this other thing. Well, there's always something, right? So going back to the training last week, lack of clarity is the root of all failure. It's up to us to be able to adapt accordingly to all the things happening and still schedule out time to do the things that are ours to do. And when you go through last week, if you're fortunate enough to be there on it, you know what I'm talking about. If you haven't, go watch it and you'll learn how to know what's yours to do and how to schedule it into your calendar. But the bottom line is the differentiator between entrepreneurs that get results and those who don't is the focus, but also the dedication and commitment to do it even when they don't feel like doing it, and even when there's always something going on to distract them. So you have to be able to, regardless of what the current distraction on the table is, handle it and get back to the focus. And we talked about a lot of the addictive things, such as Facebook and Twitter and Instagram and all these other things are pulling for our attention. And if we can't be disciplined enough to put the blinders on to get back to business, and yeah, that's happening. And yeah, there's a lot of people that are watching that versus being here. And let that be like a little light bulb moment for you. That means you're on the right track. You're fulfilling that quote from Earl Nightingale that says, success is the progressive realization of a worthy goal or ideal. As long as you're taking the steps that are leading you towards that end goal, you are a success. If you're allowing all the distractions to pull your focus and pull your energy away, it's time to get regrouped, regrounded, and train your mind to focus even though the distractions are happening. And this is like any other muscle, ladies and gentlemen. You know, just like going to the gym. If I want to work out my biceps and things like that, I can't curl every single day and expect my muscles to grow. There has to be the workout and there has to be the rest. But when you follow a proper regiment with commitment and consistency, you'll get the results. So similarly, wherever your starting point is with your ability to focus, A, the training last week will help you understand clearly what's yours to do. And B, this little brief follow-up conversation this week is important because there's always going to be distractions. Always. You can count on it. If the election isn't currently a distraction for you, if you're in some other country, there's something that's going on in your world that's a distraction. Correct me if I'm wrong, but it goes from one distraction to the next. And that's why this is the attention deficit disorder age. And so the great equalizer is time. 24 hours a day, whether you're Bill Gates, whether you're Steve Jobs, who's no longer around. How much do you think Steve Jobs would pay for another day? He died with about 60 billion. How much do you think he would invest if there was a way that you're able to communicate with the Steve Jobs in whatever form he's in now to say, hey, you could come back for a day? How much of the 60 billion do you think he'd be willing to put on the table to come back for one more day? Right? So we have to recognize that's the great equalizer. It's the most precious and ever fleeting asset that we ever had and ever will have. And it's up to us to choose to invest it, not waste it. So there's going to be these distractions, and we have to narrow our focus to handle it and get back to what's ours to do. Now, look, I'm friends with a lot of amazing people. And I got a text right before coming on here. Mike Filsame asked me to come over to his house to watch the election at his house with a few other top co-founders and other friends. I told him, well, my priority, love to, but my priority is to deliver value to your people. He's like, oh yeah, well, come over afterwards. I'm like, okay, I'll see how Wanda and I feel afterwards. So there's that conversation, and I handled it. And now I'm focused here on you because I'm not here to waste my time or your time. I'm here to give you the nuggets to connect the dots in your mind to get you from where you are to where you want to be. And this happens to be a topic that continues on from last week. It seems like yesterday was 7 days ago. from last week's conversation into this week's, which leads to money, love, speed. You have to be able to focus and actually do the work and roll the sleeves up and block out the distractions and focus. So that said, there was that discussion with Mike. And now there's another discussion with someone who's earned 100, I think close to 150 million so far. And he's like, he saw me and he connected with me on a message. He's like, dude, I'm losing my mind here. Like with all this election stuff, give me some of your wisdom. And I tapped him into some of the things that we're talking about. I was like, look, here's the reality, whether we're selling something or whether we believe something. In America, we have the two parties that are the main parties, the Democrats and the Republicans. And regardless of whether someone's a Republican or a Democrat, it's about 50-50, right? Who knows? 55-45, who knows what the breakdown is, but it's about half and half, right? Half the people believe one way and half the people believe another way. Now, to the people who are Republicans, they're looking at the other saying, how can they not see what I see? And on the flip side, the people who are Democrats are looking at the Republicans saying, how can they think that way? And how can they see the things in the way they do it and not see it the way that I see it? And here's how, here's why. And it goes back to selling, and it goes back to understanding humans and behavior. Some will, some won't. So what? Someone's waiting. Someone go ahead and type that in. The SW4, some will, some won't. So what? Someone's waiting. Now, prior to me grasping this, I felt it was my duty to convince people. It was my obligation to convince people to see things the way that I saw it. And there's a great image that, let's see here. If this is a 6, let me see if this works. Like, so if that's a 6, not to get crazy here, but depending on someone's on this side or that side. If I'm over here, I see a 6. If I'm over here, I see a 9, right? So depending on which perspective they're on, it's the same image, but if they're over here, it's a 6. If they're over here, it's a 9. Some will, some won't. So what? Someone's waiting. And it's not my obligation. It's not your obligation to convince everybody / anybody. The stronger you just are comfortable in who you are, the more you can understand. There it is. Some will, some won't. So what? Someone's waiting. The more you can understand that, hey, guess what? That's called people. It's called humanity. Thank goodness not everybody thinks like I do. Thank goodness not everybody thinks the same. There's differences. There's different perspectives. There's different experience. There's different personalities. There's different, all these factors that lead to people believing different things. And so I transitioned from trying to convince people, well, no. Let me explain this to you. Let me show you how it's a 6. You're seeing it as a 9, it's a 6. And it just is a futile, it's an effort in futility. And you're at least what I interpreted, it was wasting my most precious asset of time. So now I've come to the comfortable conclusion that some will, some won't. So what? Someone's waiting. I'm not here to convince those to see it in my way. I have my own perspective. I have my own experience. I have my own personality. I have my own beliefs. And my beliefs and my knowing doesn't get stronger by convincing everyone who doesn't believe my way to think my way. I know what I know. And for the people that are in the crossing of paths with me, some gain great benefit from it. Some don't. Boggles my mind. I don't know how that could be possible. Some won't. But so what? That's how it is. Numbers are going to work. So I gave the analogy, and maybe I mentioned it last time, but there's a couple of them. And I get this from Jim Rohn. Jim Rohn is the person who trained Tony Robbins. I was fortunate to meet him before he passed away, the day before my father passed away in 2009, December 2009. Jim, huge mentor to me, passed away. And then the next day, my father passed away at 56 years old. And Jim has this saying, he's like, look, and I am going to reiterate to the best of my knowledge what I know of it, and I'll share it with you. So he's like, look, I'm no theologian. I don't know the Bible all that well, but when Jesus was in his own hometown, they said you can't be a prophet in your own hometown. He didn't sit around and try to convince them. He's like, oh, okay. I'm just the carpenter's son. Okay, great. They don't want to hear it. Okay, he just left. He got in a boat and went across to somewhere where people wanted to hear what he had to say. As a marketer, we have to just be comfortable in that. Hey, I don't know. Some will, some won't. So what? Someone's waiting. Don't know, but these people aren't resonating with it. That's okay. I'm going to go to where people do resonate with it. I'm not here to convince everybody. And you need to think about this in your business, in your niche, in your own world. You can be an expert where there's 1,000 different other experts, because we've talked about this. The thing that separates you, we've talked about this in other previous trainings. The three things that separate you from everyone else is your pep. You can have 1,000,000 different competitors, but nobody has your personality, your experience, and your perspective. Your personality, your experience, and your perspective separate you from everybody. Because in health, it's the same pretty much ingredients to becoming a healthy person, but the difference is the trainer that has their different personality, experience, and perspective, their unique way, their unique mechanism. Unique mechanism is a great word to write down. So that's a brief discussion about today. Being election day is a big distraction. Now, we can control our thoughts, our words, and our actions. In my journey, that's what I've found I'm capable of controlling. In my ability to control those three things, my thoughts, my words, my actions, I've been able to become a national bicycle champion. I've been able to become a top wrestler. I've been able to become the #1 honor man out of United States Marine Corps boot camp. I was able to earn 3 meritorious promotions in my 4 years that I served in active duty in the United States Marine Corps. I was able to become #1 in 5 separate sales organizations in the corporate world. I was able to become a business partner with Mike Filsame, and together from 2006 to 2011 produce multiple tens of millions of dollars in results by helping others learn the systems that we had figured out. I was able to become a president of Strategic Profits, a company by Rich Sheffrin, where we impacted hundreds of thousands more lives and produced multiple millions more in impacting their lives positively. I was able to speak around the world in front of thousands of people and share things that touched their heart and connected their brain cells, connected the dots to get from where they were to where they want to be, all by controlling those three things: my thoughts, my words, my actions. And when I can control my thoughts, words, and actions, I can control a fourth, my emotions. And so in controlling my thoughts, words, and actions and emotions, it leads to one of the quotes that really resonated with me when I heard it from Nikola Tesla. Nikola Tesla, the person whose patents still haven't been used because they weren't figured out to be monetized. So, hopefully in the near future, our world will benefit from some of the Nikola Tesla inventions in the early 1900s. But Nikola Tesla said this: if you want to know the secrets of the universe, study energy, frequency, and vibration. What does that mean? It's kind of like birds of a feather flock together. It's kind of like, positive and negative. So there's a lot of positive and negative things happening in the world. And if you're only focused on the negative, you'll find a lot that's negative. If you're only focused on the positive, you'll find a lot that's positive. If you're able to be objective and see it all just for being what it is, and the positive and negative work together in a state of equilibrium, you recognize it all works. And you just now take control of your thoughts, words, actions, your emotions, and you tap into that Nikola Tesla quote and you realize, hey, if everything's energy, frequency, and vibration, if that's a secret to the universe, I want to hang around with the high level energy, the high level frequency, the right frequency, and the right energy, frequency, and vibration. And that equals the quote that we've heard a lot of times: you become the average of the 5 people you surround yourself with most. So when you surround yourself with people who are what most people would say doing the impossible, achieving results that just the normal people don't do, it now becomes like, wait a minute, it's possible not just for them, but it's possible for others. Maybe it's possible for me. And when you're hanging around with that right crowd, the higher level energy, frequency, and vibration, it opens up the doors to you to believe more in yourself, to find out the proper methods and strategies that can get you from where you are to where you want to be. And you're able to control your thoughts, words, actions, and emotions to where stuff can be happening that's a big distraction that used to pull you down and lower your energy, frequency, and vibration. Now you just recognize it with, well, that's part of what happens in life. But guess what? I'm focused and I'll handle what needs to be handled. and I'll get back to doing what is mine to do. So there we have it. So that's a brief little discussion about there's always going to be distractions. Give me a 1 in the chat if that was helpful. Give me a 1 in the chat if that was helpful. I'm going to take a look over here and see what else we got going on in the chat. Hello from snowy Maine, Pammy. Wow. It's cold down here at about 75 degrees. Follow one course until success. John Archer, yes. That's a good one. Follow one course until success. See y'all on the replay. Richie, good to see you here, Richie. All right, lots of ones there. Love it. That's beautiful. 6-9 perspective. Yes, some will, some won't. Okay, perfect. Good. All right, y'all are with me. Good. Okay, cool. So now we're going to transition from all that to getting back to the focus of today. And today's focus is money loves speed, how to fail forward fast. So let me frame this for you as I log in. So first of all, just to log in is real simple. You go to app.groovefunnels.com. You get there, you log in with your email and password. Once you're in there, you go to GroovePages. What we focus on here are GroovePages and GrooveSell. If you haven't yet upgraded, as you know, it continually increases the price. So you'd want to take a look, click to learn here. And before I do that, let me make sure y'all are seeing my screen here. Nope, gotta share it. Entire screen. I'll do that so I don't get lost. Okay, so you go to app.groovefunnels.com. Once you log in with your email and password, you're now inside here. You got GroovePages and GrooveSell over here, which we're going to dive into. But you'll want to take a look at what's in the upgrade if you haven't upgraded yet. It has other stuff here, the affiliate program, things of that nature. We'll dive into here in a little bit. But we're going to talk today about GroovePages, and so I'm going to click on GroovePages. And all these sites that you see here are pages. Some are mine and some are examples. But when you log in, if you haven't built a site yet, that's going to be empty in this area. This is just from the pages and the sites that you build. So if you're logging in for the first time, real simply, what you want to do is go up to the top right and you see these 3 lines, the little pancake there. You click on that and you want to integrate your autoresponder. I've integrated Aweber and ActiveCampaign, as you can see, but if you have to integrate yours, you could click on Add. You pick the integration type. We've got ActiveCampaign, Aweber, Campaign Monitor, Webform, GetResponse, GoToWebinar, Lead Lovers, Mailchimp, Mautic, Perkzilla, Pipedrive, Product Dino, Webinar Jam, and Zapier. Zapier pretty much covers it all. So add it, go through the steps, and now once it's integrated, when you build your pages, you can have it go to the different lists that you have in each of your autoresponders. So my ActiveCampaign has several lists. My Aweber has huge amounts of lists in there, and you can pick which list you want to incorporate your page with. So once that's integrated, you simply go to New Site, and what you see are the blank template option and then a whole bunch of templates. And what you'll find is there are new templates added each and every week. So if you haven't logged in a while, it's always a good idea to scroll in and see some of the new templates. And just to give you a quick scroll, you see a huge amount of different niches, different looks and feels. And it's always good to do that because, at least for me, I'm not the creative type. I would never want to start with a blank page because that would just be a disaster for me. I want to start with a template. It's going to give me a look and a feel that then I can just go in and modify accordingly and get the outcome, because the topic is money loves speed. I want to get things out quickly, right? So there's that. You can scroll and see the whole thing, or you can click the down button to see the different types of categories that there are, that you see a whole bunch of them there. And then there's also the top button here. You can go to complete sites, you can go to funnels, or you can go to my templates. And this is where you can save some of your templates that you like. So if you just want to create a single page, you have a whole bunch of different tags here that you could search for. I'm just going to scroll down and look and see an example of what I want to do for this. All right, so a couple things. I'm going to select this as an example. All right, so this is, I'm going to use my video from last week, which was the clarity, lack of clarity. Clarity is key to success. Okay, so I'm going to start building it. and it starts loading up. So once it starts loading up, all you want to do, and I'm going to go really fast because money loves speed, right? We're not here to go and get into all the intricacies here, but I'm going to show you real quickly how to dig into your GroovePages, make some quick modifications, get a page live and out there that can start building you some revenue. All right. So first thing that you can do is when you go over here, if you click on pages, you'll see that the title is going to be exactly what it was on the template page. So here's where you go to edit settings and you can change the title name. So success is route 30. Is the root of all success. Okay. I'll name the page success example. Okay. And then you could go and change a whole bunch of other things, but I'll just leave it like that. And then you can add page and things in here if you want. Click on add. You can add from the templates or URL importer, things of that nature. But we'll just we'll stick with this for now. And then to keep it simple, you can just go in and delete the things that you don't want on this page. So I don't want a logo here, so I'm going to delete the logo. Headline right here. Life-changing training. Life-changing weekly trainings for free, right? Just an example, right? So basically what I'm doing is framing this to show giving value in advance and showing people an example of how this could be another tool to help spread the word about the free way to join GrooveFunnels. And then obviously the more people that you're able to join for free, they're going to see the upgrade offer and over time earn you some commissions. So basically just to give you an idea, like life-changing weekly trainings for free. Here is the placeholder. All we do is highlight it. You see that it's around at the bottom. It says video YouTube. We go over here to click configure. And that's where you would go find the video that you want to paste in there. And you just go after the equal sign and you copy that code and you replace the code here and you update. And there you have it. Lack of clarity is the root of all failure. Life-changing weekly trainings for free. Now this button right here, you could quickly, if you want, there's multiple different strategies that we can talk about for all. Free. Groove. And then you can click on your URL and paste your affiliate link in there. I always use, for me, I have a whole bunch of redirects that makes me so I don't have to remember the long URL. I can just remember my little parameter. So for me, my GrooveFunnels affiliate link is tombeal.com/groovy. I'm going to open that in a new tab and I'm going to click update. All right. So then if I go back to design, configure, there's that. Okay. Change the color of the background. You can modify that background. You can change it as you see fit. Okay. So anyhow, life-changing weekly trainings for free. And this is where you can go into selling it. Now, I'm gonna pause here and share. This would be something that I would send to my email list, right? So not everybody has an email list. So basically what I'm saying that for is because of this. I'm going to pre-sell them on what they're going to see on this page and get them excited. So they're already on my list and I'm going to send an email to my list with some exciting news. Hey, look. And so obviously it's me. So I'm not going to use me as this, but I could. And if it is me, I would frame it in a totally different way. But so I'll go with someone who's not me first. And that's where you go through the sales copy. 9 words. 9 words. And you'll hear me say this many times on each of the weekly calls because it's the simplest way to remember a format to get some copy out that works. The 9 words are this, and I'll ask someone to type them out into the comment box here. Tell your story, share your results, sell your system. Tell your story, share your results, sell your system. So in the email that would lead to this, I would tell my story, share my results, and sell my system. Basically, the whole goal is to get them to click and go get what was promised. So in that, it could be something along this lines. Now, me, I'm also a video person, not a written copy person. So I like to create a video that would actually lead to this separate page. So I'd have something that, and so when I write something, I pretty much say it verbally, I record it, and then get it transcribed, and then get it turned into copy. So if I'm not me, I would have something along these lines. To say 2020 has been an interesting year would be a complete understatement. It has been something that none of us could have expected. It's impacted families, lives, businesses. Well, in my search to improvise, adapt, and overcome to the changes that happened to me and my family, I realized I had to figure out a way to go from working in my office to working from home and learning more of the online marketing skills. In my journey, I came across a company that, man, am I fortunate that I crossed paths. I feel it's almost like a divine appointment. It's fate occurred where in my search, I found this company. Now, this company is unusual because the co-founders, not only do they have big hearts, but they also have an intent and desire to help as many people as possible. And they recognized this was an opportunity for them to transform their way of marketing, transform their way of doing business, which was selling their software product to their clients at $99 per month. And they took a step back and said, wow, the world has shifted. What if we did something crazy? What if we changed it from selling it for $99 per month to giving it to people for free, not even needing a credit card? They can just go, they can register for free, email and name, and that's it. And they're going to get access to our software that people pay $99 per month for. And that's our way of kind of paying it forward. So, at first I thought it was kind of too good to be true. But I said, you know what? It's free, so I got nothing to lose, so I'm going to give it a shot. Lo and behold, when I created my free account, I was amazed, not only at the software that they provided, which you're going to see here shortly, but I also was amazed at their commitment. It didn't stop there with just the free software. You see, they brought in experts that normally people hire for multiple thousands of dollars to just engage with them, and some charge thousands of dollars per hour. And so one of these particular trainers, they brought on to train their free members on a weekly basis on not only how to use their software quickly, easily, and simply, but also sharing some of the mindset strategies that are necessary for anybody who's transitioning and learning how to get results online to grasp and implement in order to earn any results. So they're bringing in this, and one of the trainers his name is Tom Beal. Google him, you'll find huge amounts of stuff. But in particular, he did a training, as I'm saying this, last week that really impacted me positively. And I felt that it could do the same for you. So I wanted to give you a taste of what is available for you for free. And I felt nothing could be better than this training, which literally connected the dots in my mind and helped me understand what it will take to do, as his title of that training states, how to understand that lack of clarity is the root of all failure. The converse of that is, with clarity comes the root of all success. And he shares this simple 4-step process that once you hear it, once you learn it, there's no way to unlearn it, unhear it. And as I did, you'll now be able to proactively use this in all areas of your life to get from where you are to where you want to be. So this is my way of kind of doing what that amazing company is doing, which is paying it forward. Well, when I came across that training, it impacted me very powerfully. And I wanted to share it with you because I feel it can do the same for you. So go there, check out the training. And oh, by the way, you'll notice that I created it, the page that you go to, created it in my free account. Same free account that you're going to be able to access when you join the Groove family. So I use their software to create it, but I also wanted to invite you to not just to go get their free software, but also be invited to the Facebook group, which has over 100,000 members in it. And also that will allow you to be invited to the weekly trainings that not only Tom does, but numerous people that they've brought on, some that are their internal staff and some like Tom are outside consultants. But I just feel this can be the trajectory modifier for you to get you from where you are to where you want to be. And, I kind of learned that there's a quote from Zig Ziglar, who Tom was fortunate to meet before he passed away. He actually spoke about it in that training that you're going to see here shortly. Zig has a quote that says, "You can have everything in life you want if you simply help enough others get what they want." So this helped me, and my hope is it will help you. So not only, so step number one, go check out the amazing video of Tom. Below the video, step number two, click the button to go register and become a member of Groove. You're going to gain access to all of the software. You're going to gain access to the Facebook group. You're going to gain access to the weekly trainings with Tom and the other experts that they have training us in all areas of understanding the software and learning how to take our results from where they are to where they want to be. And I also have a special gift for you. So when you do that, and I'll pause. And you heard me just riffing, right? And so that's how I do it. And I'm not the fastest typist. And so what I do is I think real quickly of, okay, who am I speaking to? And as you heard, I was speak as if someone had an email list. This would go out to my email list, my warm market, people who already knew me. And I wanted to craft a message to them that would tell my story, share my results, and sell my system. Right? So you heard how I got into that. I went on that riff. And now generally what I do is I have my phone with me and I use an app called Tape-A-Call. There's an app called Tape-A-Call. I actually flip up. I go to the app Tape-A-Call. I press the button there. It calls Tape-A-Call, and I put it on speakerphone and I speak. And then with Tape-A-Call, it has, I think, $4 a month or something like that. I pay for unlimited transcriptions. Now note, it's AI transcriptions. So some of you might be smiling when you're like, yeah, I've used the AI transcriptions. They're not perfect. But you heard how I spoke pretty clearly. And from the way that I've trained myself to speak in that manner, it comes out pretty darn nice. Right now, there's other services for transcription, such as Rev, which is about $1 per minute. That gets it precise. That's spot on. But this, with the app Tape-A-Call, I got the upgrade for like $4 a month, unlimited transcriptions. I speak it. I click the transcribe button, and very quickly I get the transcription, and then it can be edited and formatted however I want into text that goes onto a page. So if I was writing, if I wanted to write the bullet points for this, that's my method. I speak it, and then transcribe it, and then put it in here for many reasons. I'm a stage person. I've been speaking with a microphone since I was back in the bicycling days as a teenager. I was the MC for my team, and we would tour the world, the East Coast, doing tricks on bikes as a freestyle team. So I would do tricks like gymnastics on a bike, and I was the MC. So as a teenager, I was speaking. I wasn't the typist. So that's how I do it. It doesn't have to be the way you do it. And so I personally, that's how I write sales letters. That's how I write emails. I speak it, transcribe it, and then edit it accordingly. You figure out the way that works best for you. And I would do the same thing if I had a frequently asked question thing, I would speak it. Question number one, you mentioned a 30-day refund. How does that work? 30-day refund period. Well, great question. We have a 30-day refund period for any reason. If you don't like it for whatever reason you want, you simply let us know by calling this number, by emailing us, by creating a support ticket, whatever that mechanism is. And within 48 hours, you will have your money back, and you'll be able to keep the bonuses as our way of saying thank you. Right. So I just go into that mode and audio it, transcribe it, copy, paste it, and edit it accordingly, or get it to the team members who are going to take care of it from there. I do that with team members as well. So when outsourcing and delegating, once again, pick up the phone, go to Tape-A-Call. Instead of me typing it all out, I say, okay, so here's the vision. Here's the desired outcome. Here's what I want to happen. And here's my vision of how that's going to unfold. And so I'll send them the audio. In many cases, I'll transcribe it, send them the transcription as well. And they now don't have any miscommunication going on between what I wanted as the desired outcome, what my intention was, what I envisioned it as it being. And at the end, I also leave in, obviously, my vision of it. I know you can probably expand upon that and make it better than what I even thought of. So feel free to use your creative juices as needed to expand upon what I just shared. But I give that outcome to them in that verbal manner, because you may have seen text can be misinterpreted. Right? So that's an example of how you could very quickly take some assets that are already out there. That's one of many videos that you could do that format. Now, another thing that you could do is have the riff that I did. For many of you, if you are like me and you can just turn on a video and just rock it, turn on a video, record it, and that could be the video you put here, which does tell your story, share your results, sell your system. Could have an opt-in here instead of just going through your affiliate link. This could be, so when you join my list, what I've done is I've created a document where I put my notes, and right away when you register, it's going to automatically put you into my system is going to automatically send you an email which has the document of my notes for the hour and a half, whatever. How long was this training? How long was that one? Lack of clarity was hour and 34 minutes. Okay, so for this hour and 34 minutes, I've given you my 5 pages of notes, right? So when you simply click the button below, it's going to automatically trigger my system to send you an email that's going to have my 5 pages of notes, which are also going to give you a nice framework. If you're busy, aren't able to watch the hour and a half right away, it's going to give you a quick understanding of the system, so that you can gain more clarity and gain more success very quickly. It's also going to redirect you to where you can join for free. And in my notes also invites you towards the, and then you could leave more bonuses for them when they register, right? So the video could be you talking if you're a video person. But I also am saying it doesn't have to be that way. You need to recognize what your strengths are and play to those strengths. But the simplest way to do it is that 9-word formula. Tell your story, share your results, sell your system. And so I'm going to continue. You heard the riff. That would have been my transcript. That would have been an email to send here. Or I could have turned the video on, recorded that, and I could take this recording and actually use that as a situation, but I used it in a third person. It wasn't me, so I wouldn't be able to do that. And then my video could be here, a whole bunch of variety of ways. But what I'm trying to share with you is how to take control of the assets that are available to you and get in and play around, build some GroovePages, because until you get in and experientially learn, watching these videos isn't going to give you what you need. You need to jump in. It's kind of like there's a book that says you can't learn to ride a bike by reading a book. You can't learn to swim by reading a book. You got to dive in. You got to get on the bike. You got to pedal around. Same thing. You can't learn how to get GroovePages working well for you and GrooveSell when you're building your own products and services until you get in and roll your sleeves up and experientially get in and play around with it. That's where you're going to get the most benefit. So these are tools that you could use. Now, you also have to think a couple steps forward by using that video here, right? Because it shows lack of clarity is the root of all failure. People could get creative and click over and then find all the other videos, right? So they could kind of skirt the system if you use it in this way. But you don't want to be too fearful of that, but you do want to be aware that that could be a possibility. So that's why I would always encourage you to possibly, instead of borrowing the assets like this, maybe using the assets on the thank you page for when people register and join your list. It either automatically redirects them to the bonus training or automatically redirects them to your affiliate link after they opt in, which you've already prepared them and say, when you register below, you're going to receive an email with my notes. You're going to receive the email that has the link to the special training. And you're also going to be automatically redirected to the GrooveFunnels page where you can join for free, no credit card needed. And when you join for free, you're going to be invited. It's members only. So you have to register first for free, and you're going to be invited to the Facebook group with over 100,000 members. And inside the Facebook group, that's where you're going to be tapped into all the different trainers, where Tom's going to be there. David's going to be there. The co-founders, Mike Filsame and John Cornetta and Matt Seralta, they're going to be there. All that's waiting for you inside the Facebook group. And it begins by you clicking the button below and entering your name and email. And maybe not even clicking the button. Maybe you have your name and email, just the name and email right there. So simply enter your name and email, and the system will automatically send you that email with my notes, and you'll be redirected to Groove. Simply register there, and I'll see you inside the Facebook group. Something along the lines like that. So that's just part of the creation process. Keeping it simple, money loves speed. And so from that, I would ask you, what works best for you? And is it something similar to where for you, maybe you're the one that can just turn on a live video, no editing necessary. You're clear on who you're speaking to, what the topic is, you run it and you stop it. And maybe you clip out the front and the end, and that's it. And you upload it, and now you have an asset. Or are you someone that would rather speak it, have it transcribed, and then edit it accordingly? So it's up to you to determine what the best situation is. Now, I have friends also that it's just simply typing. So the way that I spoke, they just sit down and simply type at rapid speed, and they can crank out emails. They can crank out copy for the pages very fast by just typing it out. So you just need to use what you feel is the best system for you. And that leads me to jumping back over to make sure everybody's still with me. So let me jump to StreamYard. And let me stop sharing this real quick. Sharing gist. I got here late, loving this. Okay, good. So I have so much I want to cover. And as you can see, I pause it. I go in one area, I cover it, and I circle back. I just want to make sure I'm not leaving any open loops to get your awareness of what we talked about earlier. Distractions are going to happen. You have to handle it and get back to focused on what is yours to do. The training from last week gives you the 4 questions and the system behind those 4 questions to help you be super clear on what is yours to do. And the last question, what's yours to stop doing altogether, so that you can focus on those big rocks and focus on this week's topic, which is money loves speed. You have to act fast. You have to get over the procrastination and perfectionism. Literally they're shackles. So you just have to step up and say, you know what? I'm going to fail forward fast. What does that mean? If I'm here and I'm wanting to get there, if I fall, I'm that much more closer. I can pick myself back up and fall again, and I'm almost to the finish line. But if I never take that first step, if I allow fear, if I allow procrastination, if I allow perfectionism to stop me from taking those steps, it's a continual cycle of no momentum, no action. So this whole purpose of the initial talk about there's always going to be distractions. You got to step up and just make it happen. And there's no better time than now to step out there quickly, because money loves speed. One of my friends, Ron Douglas, he says a page with an order button has 1,000,000% more chance of getting an order if it's live than no page being created, right? If you don't have an order button out there, get one out there. If you don't have an opt-in page, get one out there. I can guarantee you, if you don't have an opt-in page, you're going to have 0 subscribers. If you have an opt-in page and you follow certain strategies and techniques and things to get some traffic that's qualified and can benefit from what your proposition is, you have now a possibility of growing your email list. If you don't put anything out there, I have a guarantee you're not going to get any opt-ins. If you don't have an order button, I can guarantee you're not going to be earning any sales. All right. So Sharon also mentions I'm having a hard time getting started in creating the first funnel and lead magnets. Okay, that's a great topic. We're going to circle back to that. Robo reply, chat box worked best for me. I can, with a name like that, I am not surprised. SW, oh yeah, Tom Beal, money loves speed. Cool. John Archer, much easier to speak it and transcribe. Awesome app. Very good. Glad you like it. Facebook user, you rock, Tom. Bruce Anderson, capture that. Tell your story, share your results, sell your system. As did John Archer. Very good. Okay, so everyone's sticking with me. But now let's get to Sharon, because Sharon, thank you for expressing that, because here's the reality. You're not the only one. And so it's up to each of us to recognize, what does that mean? So you're having a hard time getting started in creating the first funnel and lead magnets. That leads me to jump to a conclusion which ties into last week's training, which is lack of clarity is the root of all failure. What I hear in this is, somewhere I'm hearing there's some lack of clarity. Correct me if I'm wrong. So I'll dig deeper. Where are you not clear? Where are you unclear of what the steps are? Because I can give you some answers without hearing the feedback yet, but the answers will be more specific when I get some feedback. So Sharon, where are you uncertain? Because when we're clear on what's ours to do, generally we just do it. It's when we're unclear that procrastination kicks in. It's when we're unclear that we have some fears, worries, and concerns. It's up to us to be clear. So definitely a lack of clarity. Okay, so let me give you the brief overview. Okay, so hard time getting started in creating the first funnel and lead magnet. So it's basically, you're here and you want to get here, right, to the money. All right, and along the way, we want to get their name and email, and we want to have follow-up emails, etc. To know, and KLT, know, like, and trust, right? So, but we have to build opt-in, build thank you page, and along the way, at the opt-in, that gets us our name and email, and then follow-up email. Okay, so anyhow, so what this means is, first steps first, begin with the end in mind. Who are we serving? Who are we serving, and how can we serve them? So you have to know who your target audience is. And there's some trainings that I did in the past that, I don't remember the name of the training, but it's a training that it's more on copy, and it's more on entering the conversation in the minds. And it's a discussion that we had about empathy maps. So a lot of people talk about personas and talk about avatars, things along those lines. But an empathy map is, what are your people seeing? What are they hearing? What are they thinking? What are they saying? Basically, how can you enter their world and find out what are their fears, their worries, their frustrations, their concerns, their desires, their goals, their dreams that they're looking to fulfill. And so we have to know who our people are. And that takes a little bit of time, a little bit of energy, a little bit of research to clearly identify who they are, what they're looking for, what they found, what didn't work, what did work, and how can we get their attention, right? And this is the basics of marketing. AIDA, right here, right now, AIDA. So once we get an understanding of who those people are, what they're seeing, what they're hearing, what they're thinking, what they're saying, what their world is, their fears, their worries, their concerns, their dreams, their goals, their desires. And then we enter, okay, here's who they are, here's who we are. How can we help them? We have to go through this process of get AIDA, attention, interest, desire, and action. So how am I going to get their attention? And that actually leads to the other question, where am I going to get their attention? Because it's, a good analogy that was around years prior, but became popular recently in Russell Brunson's books, is it's like fishing, right? If you're going for that particular fish that like I'm near the ocean here, in the Atlantic Ocean down here in Boca Raton, Florida. There's also the intracoastal, and the intracoastal is not the ocean, but it's got some things that connect to the ocean. But chances are good, if I want to go shark fishing I wouldn't want to go shark fishing in the intracoastal. Would I occasionally, on a rarity, maybe find a shark? Possibly, but they're not there. They're out in the ocean. So you got to know where your people are. And now once you know where they are, you got to know what type of bait do they like. That's going to get their attention. So it's like fishing. If you're looking for shark and you're in Kentucky and you're at the local pond and someone comes up and asks you, what are you doing? I'm just fishing. What are you fishing for? Shark. Well, you good luck. You're not going to do it. So you have to know who they are, where they are, and what's going to get their attention. What's the bait? So what does that mean in marketing? You now have to know, okay, where am I going to get their attention? Is it going to be in Facebook? Is it going to be on YouTube? Is it going to be in email solo ads? Is it going to be, what's the way, what's the method, what's the strategy that I'm going to use to put my bait out there, hopefully to where they are, right? Not in Kentucky searching to fish for shark. You get what I'm following? So that's the quickest way I can share how to gain some clarity is getting to know who your people are, getting to know where they are, and how you can enter their world with some bait that's going to get their attention. Because let's face it, we all experience this. Whether you're on Facebook, whether you're on your phone, it's people are just continually staring at this thing all the time. And whether it's Instagram, whether it's YouTube, whether it's whatever, they're scrolling, they're looking, and what's going to get them to stop? Like, oh, what's this? What's this? That's the attention. You have to get them, you have to think, what's going to get them to stop scrolling? Attention. You got to act quickly to keep their attention. That leads to the interest. Okay, great. That's where they saw, like, think about the fishing. They saw the bait. Now they're interested. Now they're coming closer to the bait just to check it out. They're checking the bait out. Then you have the desire, like you want them to, ooh, that does look yummy. It's shiny. Action. They bite. They give you their name and email. They're in your world. Now you got to reel them in. The reeling in process is the know, like, trust process. It could take someone that trusted you enough to give you their name and email. Was it their real name and email? Who knows? It's up to you to hopefully make sure that your bait is attractive enough to where it's like, yeah, I want to give my real email for this. I'd pay for it, but I can't believe it's free. I'm going to give my name and email, my real one. I'm in. Holy crap. Now you want to give them that holy crap moment. Holy cow. Holy cow. Think about it. You may have heard in business, you want to underpromise and overdeliver. And here's the thing. You want to make that promise so big, so attention grabbing, so interest, it gains interest at amazing levels. Desirous. People want it to where they take action, and it's a big promise. But even in that big promise, it's still an under promise of what you're going to give them. You want to give them something that's a holy cow, holy crap moment. Like, whoa, it's even better than what I thought. Whoa, I like this person. I like Sharon. I like Elizabeth. I like Leo. I like Bruce. Think about that in your life. How many times have you been in that situation where you're like, wow, this is pretty good. I can't believe I'm getting it for free. Whoa, it's even better than I thought. Holy cow. Holy cow moment. How can you create a holy cow moment for them? Like, whoa, it's even better than what I thought. And that's getting them from Sharon. We're talking about gaining clarity on building the first funnel, in essence. So the funnel is first getting them to say, I want, getting their attention, interest, desire, and action to where, yeah, I want it. Here's my name and email. Boom. Create that holy cow moment. Now you're building the know, like, trust factor. I didn't put that in there. I put it on the bottom here. Know, like, trust. Now they're getting to know, like, and trust you. And that comes from communication. So in building it, once they opt in, you want to have your funnel thought through to where, and by the way, money loves speed. This isn't all going to be in place at once. It takes time, energy, and effort to build all this. Now you want to have a know, like, and trust process to where they opted in. You give them the holy crap factor. Oh man, this is better than I thought. Sometimes the thank you page automatically leads to an offer, right? You wow them on the thank you page, which is the one-time offer. Hey, congratulations. Sharon, that's going to be in your inbox. And I actually added something that I didn't even tell you about, but I can't hold it back anymore. Here's what I have for you. So not only do you get what I told you you're going to get, but I gave you something even better, and it's waiting for you in there. But I have something very important. If you like that, you're absolutely going to love this. This is something brand new. If you're watching this, this is not going to be available forever. It's something I'm testing, but I want to acknowledge and thank you for being a fast action participant in this. And if you like that, you're going to absolutely love this. So I put together a special, and it's going to be taken down at any moment, but here's what it entails. And you don't want to make them feel like they're missing out on the promise that you made. You want to make it feel like you're adding to, like you're giving, it's totally separate. They're going to get the value that they registered for, but this just takes it to a whole nother level. And some reason why that it's a limited offer. And if they're watching it, it's available, but it can be pulled at any time. And sometimes it can be what the name is, OTO, one-time offer. There's ways that you can use technology to, like, look, if you say no to this, this is once again a limited offer, and it's only rewarding people that are able to make a decision right in here, right now. And so if you pass on it, I understand, but the price is going to be normal price. I only offer this one time, and there's software that can make sure that that's legitimate as well. But once they opt in, and whether you have the thank you page as the one-time offer or not, the thank you page could just tell them to, what to expect in their inbox or deliver on some things. Then you build the know, like, trust factor while you sell them on that next level. Okay, so they raise their hand like, yeah, I'm interested. You got my attention. I'm interested. I'm desirous. I took action. Now you got to get their attention with the next offer. What's that offer? How can you get them interested in it? How can you have them desirous of it? And how can you have them take action? So they like the one bait. How can you make it the ultimate bait? Like, this is their dream come true. Okay, I loved eating that. Now I get to eat like this smorgasbord of amazing stuff. That's a quick way to think of how to build a funnel. So it starts real simply with building a opt-in page. And then from there, you don't have to have all the intricacies built out. You can have one automatic email that goes out and welcomes them and leads them down a path that you want them to be led. And then now it's up to you to continually communicate with them. There's people like Ben Settle who train on emailing your list once a day, at least once a day. And it works because now they look forward to your emails, and you have to like working a muscle. It takes time and effort, energy to build up that discipline to communicate with your people on a daily basis, but they get to know, like, and trust you more. And then if you lead them to an offer, and you have reasons why and things like that, it can take them from being someone who opted in for free to saying yes, they want to take action on the offer that you're giving them as well. All right, so I see Sharon. Okay, so Sharon, this is kind of like in Tony Robbins' event. So Mike Filsame and I went to Fiji. Like, we went to Unleash the Power Within back years ago in New Jersey, and then we ended up joining the Platinum Partner Program. We went to his island in Fiji. And so when you're learning from Tony, when he's dealing with someone in particular, he says, now this is just for you, right? No, it's for everybody. So Sharon, this was not just for you. This was for everybody, because a lot of people have that question. Like, man, I know I need to create that funnel. I just don't know where to start. So this was a quick summary of how to just grasp that we don't have to overcomplicate it. We can keep it simple and get that ball rolling. All right. So let me take a look. Just playing around the system. I get to feel for the best way to get your feet wet. Just jump in. Yes. Elizabeth hit on a great point there. You just dive in and start playing around and building a page and gain clarity on who it is, who's your target audience, how can I serve them, and start playing around and start just gaining some knowledge of playing around, just like you saw me, grabbing some assets, throwing some videos in here and there and creating some pages and just having fun with it. And you're going to figure out it's not that difficult. And you're going to learn more quickly experientially than you are by just watching David do it or watching me do it. Jumping in, rolling your sleeves up and doing it. The training is hundreds of hours. I don't physically know where to start. Okay, right. And you don't have to go through the hundreds of hours. I just showed you, and I'll show you all one more time of how quickly it is to jump in there. Spanish. That's a good question, Facebook user. 2-hour trainings are thoroughly done, but like quick 5-minute training with checklist reference for you. 60 hours behind the trainings. Yeah, you don't have to watch all the trainings. All right, I'm going to do this one more time, slowly yet fast, because money loves speed. And I'm going to show you real quickly inside all you need to do. All right, so I'm going to share my screen. I'm going to take off that comment. Whoops, cancel. Okay, great. I'm going to share my screen. I'm going to do the entire screen share. Perfect. All right, so I'm going to do it. Here's what you need to do. Timed out. So I'll reload the page. Okay, I'm going to exit out of here. So I'm logged in. You go to app.groovefunnels.com. We go to GroovePages. The first thing you're going to want to do is at the very top right, you want to integrate your email autoresponder. You go to My Integrations. If you haven't done it yet, there's going to be nothing here. These are my integrations. There'll be nothing here. It'll be all that blue or black, whatever that color is. My eyes getting shined by that bright light. I can't see. These two things won't be here. You need to click on Add, click on Integration Type, find which one is the one that you're currently using, select it. If you're using MailChimp, select it. It's going to ask you for the description. You can just name it MailChimp and API key. You log into your MailChimp account, you go to the settings, and you'll find the API key. You paste it in here, you update. It's going to work. It's going to be in here now. Then you just go over to this button here and you click on New Site. And right here, you can scroll through and just see a whole bunch of different templates. Scroll through real quickly and say, all right, I want to build an opt-in page. What's a simple, quick opt-in page? So let's just pick this one, preview. Let me preview it and see how this one is. Oh, that's a free online training. Okay, so it's a little more complex. I just saw an name and email. I didn't even read it. So that's a free training. That could be like, so okay, let's actually use this one. Simple as that. Okay, so select free training. Start building. Okay, so I'm going to go to StreamYard. Sharon, just because I'm using you, what niche are you in, Sharon? Type in your niche. What niche are you in? Yep, and Bruce, that's perfect. That's exactly a good recap of exactly what we're doing here. You're able to clearly identify who you want to track, how to get their attention, how to build their interest, how to build their desire, what the action is you want to take. Yep, that's beautiful. Great recap right there. Okay, so share with me what your niche is, Sharon, when you can. And then I'm going to go back to weight loss, MLM weight loss. Okay, perfect. Not sure how to do that. Not sure what I just did there. Remove that. Okay, so now weight loss. All right, so where am I? GrooveFunnels. So I'm just going to get rid of the logo. Now, disclaimer, when you're working with MLMs, there's certain things they allow you to do and there's certain things they don't allow you to do. You need to make sure you're following the rules of what is allowable for you to do in your marketing. And what I'm doing right now is just deleting some stuff at the top. And now, so free online training events. So I'm going to go here. How to move, how to be your slimmest and fittest going into how to finish 2020 at your slimmest and fittest. You know, whatever. Terrible, but you get the gist, right? Free online training event. 3 simple steps on how to. 3 simple steps on how to finish 2020 at your slimmest and fittest, even during lockdown. Right? Okay, claim your spot. Okay, so now we pick a date, and basically, what's today's date? Tuesday, November 3rd. I'm just going to pick, just for easiness, even type here. See, that's why I talk it out. November, let's see, Tuesday, so 6. November 6th. And I would edit, there's a lot of, you don't have to edit everything, but so now we just pick this whole thing here, configure. We want to go 6, 11 a.m. So you watch me doing this. You see how quickly it is. Update it. Boom, 2 days, 14 hours. So there, all I did is follow the process. Now look, I've got a countdown timer. I got this here. And now on this training, you'll discover, and this is where you would paste in the bullet points of what they're going to learn in the training. And then you put your details, your picture and your details here. Simple as that, right? Now you just need to go and connect it to an opt-in page. Now at the bottom, I can't even move that. So I'm going to go up form container. So now I'm on form container. I do configure integrations, Aweber, and it pulls up all my lists. I could pick, I actually have one. What is my list? 3-day Apple Fast. Where's my 3-day Apple Fast? Where is it? Okay, 3-day Apple Fast. So now people that register here are going to join my 3-day Apple Fast, and then where they go after that, I create the page, http Beal.com. So there we have it. So now this is it. That's as simple as it gets. And now I would actually change the image in the back here. So I'm going to pick this image, and that's the block. How do I pick that? Where's that image? All right. So background. Okay. So image. So we're talking weight loss. So now we go to free stock image. Weight loss. Okay. So interesting. I'm going to put diet. Diet. Here we go. Boom. Pick a diet. Let's see here. These are just the free ones that you got available. Let me see if that one works. Ooh, I don't like that one. Upload. Select. There you go. Look at that. Changed it just like that. You saw. So now I got a diet, workout thing, free online training, 3 simple steps on how to finish 2020 at your slimmest and fittest, even during lockdown. Name and email, claim your spot now. Reserve your spot now. Okay. Perfect. So now that's all done. All you need to do here is go in and add the bullet points, and I'm going to click save. I'm going to click publish to your own site. You host your own site, and you pick a domain. And this one I'm going to actually do Sharon. I'll name it Sharon. Okay. Sharon, simple as that. Publish. Okay, there it is. Now there's the domain. Tom Beal. Now Tom Beal is this is my GroovePages. So it would be whatever your subdomain is that you chose. .groovepages.com / whatever you named it, Sharon. So I click on it, and here we have it. So now let me test this. Sharon. Okay. It subscribed me, and it redirected me. Right. That's how simple it is. some people are saying that. All right. So we just now did it live. And that's how simple it is. You witnessed it in action, how we did it. Now, this was for a live event, but you saw all the steps. Now that email is now on my 3-day Apple Fast list, which I integrated, and it redirected me to the page it was supposed to redirect me to. And I would have had the list once that person registered, that particular list in my autoresponder. I think I saw you say get response, would automatically kick out a email that's, hey, Tom, congratulations for registering. Here are the details. We're excited to have you there. And be sure to mark your calendar. Here's the URL to join, and you prep them. And oh, by the way, here's a bonus. Remember, you want to give them a holy cow factor. Here's a bonus I didn't even tell you about prior to our event. And oh, by the way, you'll see a link to download a quick 1-page sheet that you want to download and print out, so you can take notes during the live event. And you could have, all these things are available to you, but you just saw how quickly and easily. Look how simple. And let's go back to that URL. Look how professional this is, how simple it is. And it took 5 minutes. And obviously I have to update the bullet points, but that's it. Money loves speed. You update the picture. And I'll show you that real quickly. So how to do that. Okay, Tom, how to update the picture and stuff. Sharon, I'm sorry, not Sharon. Yeah, Sharon, type in a brief, paste in your brief bio, a little paragraph here, and shoot a picture if you have one. Send me a picture. Let's see what we got here, Sharon. Sharon Gist. Okay, so I'll show you. So picture, real simple. You just click on it, configure, choose an image. I have my files. So here are my images. So, I mean, so if it was my picture, I would just use that. Select and update. There it is. And all you do is highlight the text. Sharon Gist. Sharon, let's see what you got here. Nope, you don't need a special domain or anything. Nope. Do I need a special? Nope, you saw it right there. That's it. It's already live. So in this, I'm glad that you brought this up because it's so simple. Would it make sense to move the sign up box to the left to see more of the image? Well, that image, John, yeah, as you saw, we could pick any image, and yeah, for the final one, I mean, I'd probably pick something different, but you got how simple it was to change that image. I could go to background and I could pick a whole different image if I want. Oops, I got to pick the larger one. Background, I could choose a whole nother image, free stock it. And by the way, these stock photos are huge. It's a pain in the neck to go get to purchase photos and get photos that are available for you to use. They're free here inside GrooveFunnels. They've done all that for you. So, I mean, we could even pick that. You could pick meal. You could pick measuring tape. Select. I mean, you could pick whatever image you want back there, right? So that's the key. And then down here, you saw how simple it was just to change Sharon's. Amazing. And, change all this. Put the bullet points in there. It's real simple. And if you only have 3 bullet points, you want to delete some bullet points. I mean, you can do this. Delete. Delete. You can delete the ones that you don't want, right? If you only have 3, you can delete them, or you could add some if you want. So it's all easily modifiable. You don't need your own domain. Got hung up on Cloudflare. Okay, great. So you're all set. That's how simple it is. And that's why it's so powerful to ask your questions. And I know that David's been answering questions behind the scenes here, but that's how simple it is, ladies and gentlemen. You saw me connect my autoresponder to it, change the headline, or change the headline of the name of the event, change the image, update the date, update the countdown timer. I didn't put in the bullet points, but it's simple. Just copy and paste whatever your bullet points are. Change this sub headline here, put your bio and picture in, and you're done. And obviously you could get down here and change some things, and you could even put created by GrooveFunnels. I mean, you could have an affiliate link if you want down there. Have your disclaimer and your copy, all that stuff, legal stuff down at the bottom. You're good to go. Simple as that. So money loves speed. Don't overcomplicate it. So if you don't have a offer out there, you need to get an offer. And you just saw the simple mindset that it is to like, okay, here's where I am. Here's where I want to go. Who am I serving? How can I serve them? She happens to be in the MLM weight loss. Weight loss is perfect. People want to lose weight and they're getting bombarded. So the empathy map, there's a whole training on it. Search for Tom Beal empathy map. You may find it. But it helps you understand who your clients are, what their problems are, what their fears, their worries, their concerns, what their dreams, their hopes, their desires are. And you just have to get that bait out there to get their attention and have them interested enough to come take a closer look, desirous to take a bite, which means they enter their name and email and take action. And now they're registered. Then you have an automatic email follow up with them inside your email autoresponder. Then in this particular case, you host a live event and you train them and you have an offer and you close them, right? You give them some things of value that lead into the next obvious step of them working with you and your solution, because you have your personality, your experience, your perspective. You're telling your story, you're sharing your results, you're selling your system. Simple. Money loves speed. Don't overcomplicate this. And as Sharon just witnessed, and hopefully others witnessed, it is not as difficult as we make it most of the time. All right. So give me a 5 if y'all are still with me. If you like this, if you gain some value, and if you're excited to dig in and go tap into money loves speed and show me that by taking fast action, you can grow your email list. Because if you have no way for people to opt in, you're going to have 0 opt-ins. Get yourself an opt-in page up. Create something that's going to get people to say, yeah, I want that. Here's my name and email. Create that wow factor. All right, Bruce, 5. Dave, good. Got some value coming. And get that opt-in page out there. Elizabeth, 5. Cool. Start using some traffic strategies to get some qualified traffic to it. Wow, look at a whole bunch of people jumping in there. Perfect. Good to see you here, Dara, Jean-Claude, Marvin, Gregory, Bruce, Rosemarie, Dave, Elizabeth, Christine, Jonathan. So cool, Tom. Great examples. 5. Rob. What if you have a service-based business like custom screen printing? Perfect. Tired of exercise and diet Nazis, 3 steps to feel awesome and in charge of being your slimmest self, no matter your age. Love it. It's off to the races. Very nice. All right. So Gregory, great question. And that is a perfect lead into, this was one example of many of the templates that are there. So the first thing is to go to GroovePages, integrate your autoresponder, things of that nature, then go to new site, and then take a look at the different things that are out there. So we got small business, we got local business, so if you click on that, you'll see some things. Small business, you got local business, a couple more different ones. And then insurance, finance, business, like there's a whole bunch of different ones you could take a look at to see what the right feel is. But to answer your question, in a probably not so common way, let me find where that is. Oh, there he is, Gregory, right? So Gregory, you have to ask yourself, there is the way for you to build a business card website using GroovePages as well, right? And that's perfectly fine. Businesses need a business page website because it's kind of the norm. It's like back in the day, you needed a yellow page ad, right? If you're in business, you have a yellow page, right? Whether it's a small one or a large one, depending on your business, but you had to have a presence, right? So a lot of people are, well, what's your company's website? And many people build a business page website. You've seen them there, just talks about the business and about us and this and that. And that's great. But with what you have available inside GroovePages, you always want to ask yourself, how can I incorporate direct response marketing into my normal business activities? Direct response marketing is using the bait that for people who can benefit from your products and services, you have that. We've all seen it on business card websites, and you'll see them in some examples inside GroovePages. There'll be the business card website that will learn about us and this, but there's going to be hopefully above the fold some type of offer that's going to be attractive to people who are looking for those particular services. So for custom screen printing, why are people there? Why would they're not like, put it this way. Mike Filsame sold cars. I sold cars way back in the day. There's a thing called tire kickers. I personally never believed in tire kickers, because think about this. If you and your wife are driving around, or you and your husband are driving around and, hey, you know what? I got a good idea. We're not in the market for cars, but wouldn't it be fun just to drive into the car lot and just get harassed by the salespeople? Let's do that for a couple hours. Let's pull it in. Yeah, I know we're not going to buy anything. Let's just go get harassed by them for a little while. They aren't doing it. People aren't pulling in just to get harassed by salespeople. Why are they pulling into a car lot to look at cars? Because they're looking for a daggum car. That's why. So similarly, people aren't scrolling around the internet like, holy crap, I'm on Gregory's screen printing site. Wow, how'd I end up here? No, they're there because they're looking for something. How can you, once they're there, how can you hit them with something that grabs their attention and gains their interest? Like, hey, great news, and something that just pulls them in, that they're like, you know what, I want that. Here's my name and email. And in some cases, it could be the 5 biggest mistakes people make when looking for screen printers, or looking for screen printing to be done. The 5 biggest mistakes people make. Simply enter your name and email, and I'll shoot you that not only the document, but a video describing it in more depth. Who knows? Whatever it is that you can get the attention of people who are there for your particular product or service. And direct response marketing is this. You're giving them something, and in return, you're getting their name and email. And once they give you the name and email, now you have a process in place that can send them that initial email that welcomes them and gives them what you told them you deliver, but then also gives them that holy cow moment and leads to a next step. And I would say for people that do have service-based businesses, those people are looking, and they're probably not looking for next month. They're looking for like now. So how can you expedite that of like, in the email, hey, by the way, congratulations, we got that stuff here, but I'm here to help you with any of your questions that you have. Here's my phone number. Call the office, and guess what? A phone call is a million times better than a 20 email series over 30 days. In a service business example, those people already went and got their service done. See what I'm saying? So you have to think about your particular business and what the experiences is of the people who are looking for that. And you have to capitalize. And okay, while they're out there looking, how can I get their attention, interest, and desire and action to get them in my world before they go and get bite the bait of someone else, right? So that's direct response marketing. So hopefully that answers your question, Gregory. Boom. Okay, cool. All right, so lots of questions here that we don't. This is not going to turn into a individual consultation aspect, but what I'm sharing are the 20,000-foot view perspective that you can then take deeper into your own personal world, right? And some of you have MLM, some of you have your own businesses, products, and services, but hopefully that gave you, not only Gregory, you're welcome, but it showed the example of how to think. So now you have to say, okay, I'm not in Gregory's screen printing business, but here's the business that I'm in. What are my people thinking? And I would encourage you to find the training that I did on the empathy map, what they're seeing, what they're hearing, what they're saying, what they're thinking, and how can you enter that conversation in their mind. So, Sharon, that's a whole another topic in and of itself, recruiting and approaching. But today's topic was money, love, speed, and how you can real quickly. And we gave a real live example of quickly putting together an opt-in page that now is out there, providing value for people, gaining emails, naming emails, promising them the promise, and it's professionally done, simply done, quickly done. And that's your homework assignment between now and next week, is to get out there, stop procrastinating, stop letting perfectionism hold you back, create your opt-in page, get it out there. It's not that hard. You saw how simple it was. Get in there, play around, and I look forward to talking with you soon. All right. Oh, and by the way, that's a great question as well, because I almost forgot. Are your trainings under files here? So a couple ways to get the trainings. The best way is to go to this site, Groove Digital Academy. Go to groovedigitalacademy.com. You'll enter your same email that you registered for GrooveFunnels with. It's a free access. Once you're here, all of it's there. Start here. Quick help, onboarding series, Groove video search, Let me see if Empathy Map pulls up. So Groove Video Search. Empathy. Yep, there we go. Empathy Map right there. See how simple it is? Groove Video Search. You want to go to Empathy on March 17th, a while back. April 14th, I talked about Empathy Map again. It's powerful. So Empathy Map is your homework to enter the conversation in people's mind. So that's there. The Groove Video Search. Webinar replays on demand. That's where all the previous replays are. All right. So a whole bunch of them here on the side here. And that's where you're going to find them. You got GroovePages, publish your site, website building, integrations, GrooveSell, product funnels, products, tutorials, GrooveMail, coming soon, Groove Affiliates, affiliate tips on how to earn commissions through the Groove Affiliate Program, Groove Partner Program, GroovePages for affiliate marketing, GrooveFunnel, promotion tools, GroovePages custom domain, and click on that. You also have Lemonade with David Lemon, live Q&A, live builds with David, tutorials, GroovePages show and tell reviews. And then the other place you can find them is if you go to the Groove Digital account. So if you go to YouTube and you search Groove Digital, you'll find they have huge amounts of videos in there as well. Massive amounts of videos. So between Groove Digital Academy, Groove Digital on YouTube, and then also inside the Facebook group, that's where you can find pretty much all that you could ever ask for. And I'm glad that my screen was showing. I was fearful. I may have been showing all that stuff to myself and no one else. So anyhow, good. So there we have it. Y'all have been awesome. I enjoyed helping you understand that money loves speed. Step out of your comfort zone. Step into the GroovePages arena. Integrate your email autoresponder. Click on new site. Look at the templates. Pick a template and get something together. That's your homework assignment. Get out there as quickly as possible. Money loves speed. And whether you're here in the US or international, we have people all over the world. Strap on your seatbelt. It's going to be a fun journey this evening as we find out how it unfolds in the USA election of the next president for the next 4 years. It should be quite interesting. So I guess I will say God bless you. God bless the United States of America. And we will see y'all next Tuesday. David, any questions that you think need to be handled, or did you handle them behind the scenes while I was talking away? Okay, perfect. We're all good. So I will see y'all next week and inside the Facebook group. Until next time, make today great.